Hi everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Neverwinter Nights Shadows of Undrentide. With me, John Zoidberg 1417, and with young Goofuth, the strapping young lad down here. And Goofuth is actually here in his quarters in Master Droganson's place, who is teaching him how to be an adventurer along with 3 other apprentices, Goofuth being the eldest one. And he's been sitting here and thinking about things because it's been a tad chaotic lately in this place he basically likes a lot. There's been an attempt on Droganson's life. I think we're going to need the map, yes. There's been some kobolds who attacked and poisoned him. And he's in a pretty bad shape right now, and of course Goofuth is worried about him. But shortly after the attack, or maybe during the attack, I think Goofuth didn't really catch that when that happened, a mysterious person arrived. Being her, Ayala, a harper, whom Goofuth never had heard before, nor had he heard about the harpers in general. But as it turns out, the harpers have deposited some items of great value, magical items that is, in Drogan's care. That's Drogan right here. And they have been stolen by the kobolds. We need to retrieve them. There are, in a moment, there we go. Yeah, there's a masked guitar statue, a dragon's tooth, and a mummified hand. Before we do that, we need to go to the herbalist out there in town to find Tressum tongue, charcoal, and helmthorn berries here at Hilltop by the herbalist. And Ayala, the mysterious harper, mentioned that she might be able to find a cure for Drogan if she has those items. So that's what we're going to do first. And yeah, there are his fellow apprentices, Donna Trapspringer, Xanos Mesarmos, and tidying up over there, Misha Waymead, a paladin. Misha and Xanos I think Goofuth despises almost, because they're really quite annoying in very different ways, but Donna I think he likes a lot. Not only because she decided to mess with the other two on a frequent basis apparently, but also because I think her personality is appealing to him. She keeps out of his business, but she's friendly enough. I think her and Drogan are pretty much family for him. And there's one other thing I wanted to mention. Because there's been a name mentioned in the last session which I didn't know, or knew but couldn't really relate to anything, and that's Mistra. And I did some research about that, and it appears that Mistra, the goddess this harper woman Ayala worships, is also dubbed the mother of all magic, and she's actually, well, her dogma is loving magic for itself, so that's, yeah, that's pretty much that. She used to be a greater deity, who was, however, actually killed during the time of troubles by a helm. Much like Baal from the Baldur's Gate series, if you remember that name. He wasn't killed by a helm, but he was killed during the time of troubles. But Mistra got actually reinstated, so to speak, because after she was killed, a young human mage named Midnight was basically ascended to Mistra's position. So she was dead, but isn't anymore. I thought that was kind of interesting. Oh, sorry. There we go. And now, I think we are just heading out to Hilltop and go look for the herbalist. Hoping that he'll actually carry those ingredients for us. It's night, and alright, we do have a large map, which is good. It's Dogan's house. Drogan, I'm sorry, I've mispronounced that the whole time. Drogan, not Dogan. Alright, so this whole northern complex apparently is part of Drogan's institution, to this gate here. Some cats and dogs around, apparently. It goes out of the city. There's the tavern, there's the herbalist, and there's a smithy. I think we're definitely going to visit the smithy because Goofuth needs some equipment. Most of all, he needs some weapons. He has this longsword which he doesn't want to use, and a dagger which he would like to use, but is pretty skimpy. Maybe some better armor or a composite longbow, although he doesn't really have a lot of money. And I think I reviewed the footage from the first session, and I think actually that the options are pretty much alright. Except possibly for the voices. They could be a tad louder. And I think everything else is fine. And I'm sorry if you've made helpful comments or criticism about, I don't know, brightness, resolution, sound. I will tend to those, but as of yet I haven't even started uploading yet, so I'm sorry about that. You'll have to be a little patient with me here. Alright. No, I think I know. Yeah. There we go. Alright. Quick save is still G for some reason. And let's take a look around. Now as to Goofuth is... Oh, there's a dog. How nice. Goofuth likes animals. Oh, interesting. I don't know... No, I'm not completely familiar with how the game engine does that, but I think as a ranger, Goofuth may actually be able to talk to animals, which would be useful. Yeah, so asking him about the kobolds. Oh, there's another doggy. He's wounded. Wait a moment. What happened to you? Is there anything over there? I actually don't think Goofuth likes that. If only would stay still! Alright, that's not going to do anything. Oh, oh. Alright, we healed the doggy, that's good. Let's see if he knows anything about... Yeah, okay, it hid from them. Apparently they ran south. Alright. Any other useful information it might have? Aha! So the bubbling cauldron smells of kobolds. So either they've been ransacking this place too, or they're hiding out there. Who knows? Okay, talking about somebody, or barking, I guess, about somebody named Bathsheba. Interesting. Well, good luck to you, buddy. Good luck to you. Dog that you are. Alright. So we actually gained some useful information from those dogs. We need to check in at the bubbling cauldron. We also need to go look for this druid Fargan. I think actually the dog mentioned... I think that's the gate he was referring to. The open south. Let's check into that barn. Oh! Noticing tracks apparently. There they are. Okay! The kobolds appear to have gone into that barn here. Oh! There's a kobold right there. Well, that's not good. Of course, getting attacks of opportunity from swallowing that potion. Alright. At least they're not flanking me anymore. Alright, we almost got him. Now, of course, it's not the best move to actually have him fight him with a dagger, but Goofuth really doesn't feel comfortable with big melee weapons like longswords. They're too clubbish for him, I think. So the cow didn't have anything to say. Discomfort in the cold and an interest in finding hay. Oh, I got a quartz crystal, which should be handy for creating more focus crystals. There's a dead cow over there. So two of those kobolds just fled in here, but I don't get the feeling that there's more to it. We're not going to... Oh, there's more remains. We're not going to free the cows. There's a hand axe. And darts. I actually think Goofuth would be more comfortable with the hand axe than with the dagger. For the time being, we're going to stick with that. Now, as for Goofuth's mood, I think he's worried. He's been really content at Drogon's place for the while. And I think he's happy that he's finally getting his final assignment. But I do believe that Goofuth is worried about the recent events because there's this Harper lady showing up, and it appears that Drogon's place has just been well, covert training facility for the Harper's purposes, and he doesn't like being manipulated in that way. He just hopes that Drogon sees things differently, that Drogon will actually see it more like Goofuth saw it, but he's going to want to talk to him about that. He's gotten a bit wary about that. Guard.
Well met.
It's good to see that you're okay, Goofuth. We were worried about you and Drogon up at the school. How's Drogon doing? I think Goofuth is very cautious as well about the residents of this village. I don't think he socialized much with them. I think, well, him being not much of a people person, he will become a people person because he will realize that people can be used and manipulated and had fun with, but that's not him yet. He's very cautious about people, humans and elves especially. And I think he'll be polite in most cases in a detached way, unless it gets complicated. I think he can get very aggressive then. Yeah, telling him that he's on his way to get some herbs. Poisoned? Then you'd best get to Fergan's as soon as possible. He was in his shop the last I saw. Okay, so the herbalist is the druid, which makes sense. I'm not really speaking more.